about 4 years ago now, because it's been almost in Korea 4 years. Before I went to Korea, I read a trilogy. And the funny thing about this trilogy is it got really popular just before I went to Korea, like, what was it, 2021, 2022? Maybe it was slightly popular before that too. But I had the first one before it was even popular. I didn't know it, that's the thing. In 2016, there was the World Book Night at my girl guiding club. And they had 2 books on offer. Am I Normal Yet? Which I still have not read, and it's been almost 10 years. It's 9 years now. And Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I think that's how you say it. I had this. I didn't know it was going to become popular. It was sat on my shelf for 5 years, just collecting dust. And everyone was like, oh, you should read Shadow and Bone, and BookTok, you should read Shadow and Bone, and Instagram, Instabook, whatever it's called anyway. That's how old I'm getting. You should read Shadow and Bone, you should read the trilogy, you should read the 2 duologies, you should read all the extra stuff that comes with it. I was like, I think I have Shadow and Bone. I have this one from 2016. So I read it and I got halfway through and I was really enjoying it. So I bought the other 2. Then I had some fancy. I don't have the fancy purple one. The blue one even. Purple is what this one is. Blue is the stag for the 3. What are they called? I've been so long since I've read any of these. But amplifiers, that was it. The 3 amplifiers. I loved these books. I also read King of Scars and Rule of Wolves. I read those after this because I bought them and took them to Korea with me. And I had the hardback of Rule of Wolves, so it was like 2 kilograms. And then the King of Scars was just like 0.5 kilogram because it's the paperback. And then I read 6 of Crows and Crooked Kingdom after that. Because I was like, I'm going to read all 7 of them and then I will watch the Netflix adaptation. And then I just never watched the Netflix adaptation. Out of the 2 duologies and the trilogy, I preferred the trilogy the most. Don't get me wrong, I loved King of Scars, I loved Rule of Wolves, I loved Nikolai and Zoya, and I loved 6 of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. Casbreaker kind of annoyed me because I'm not a big fan of the Red Flag men. That's why I don't really read romance books. Partly I'm not very romantic, but 2, I'm just if a man is a red flag, I'm just like, you don't get to exist in real life, or you don't get to exist in a novel. Like, I would be annoyed at you both ways. So I mean, I understand why Kaz was like that, but at the same time I was like, dude. And is it Inej? I don't know how you say it, Inej. I'm not sure, but I liked her. She was cool. I liked her a lot. And I liked that you had the same kind of characters in the different books, like obviously because it's just a Grisha Verse, duh. But it was nice to kind of be like, oh, I read that about that person. Oh, I know that person. Oh, I've read about that one. That was quite nice. It took me a while to finish 6 of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I think I read them about a year apart, so I had to like look up a whole thing of like what happened at the end of 6 of Crows. And then I was like, oh yeah, I remember now. Because normally I'm really good at remembering books. Is why I can read like series way apart from each other. But for some reason I was like, I know what happened, but I don't know what happened at the same time. Like, I think because I read it so quickly. Because I wanted to get to Crooked Kingdom because everyone was talking about a certain scene, and then I was like, oh yeah. Then I read that scene, and I was like, oh yeah. That was that. So yeah, I really enjoyed these 3. Like I said, I read this one within like I think within a day, and like halfway through I kind of ordered these 2 on Amazon, and then I was like, oh, I need the rest, so I went to go try and get them at the library, but then I was like moving out the next week to Korea, so I was like, yeah, there's no point. So I went to Waterstones, and they were so expensive in Waterstones, so I just got them on Amazon. Like, you know, you can get like the second-hand books on Amazon. I just did that. That's cheaper. So I enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed these books. I really liked like the story building, the world building, the lore building, the lore. Yeah, I just really enjoyed these books. They're great fantasy books. They obviously have the fantasy tropes, but think that makes a staple fantasy book, you know, like either orphan or parents hate you, or one parent dead, one parent alive, one parent hates you, one parent doesn't. Within that kind of realm of parent issues and parent death, and like a magical thing, and a heroine that doesn't think she's special but actually is special, and doesn't think the main guy likes her but he does. There are obviously those tropes, but I like it. It was good, and especially how it worked its way into Ronan writing in the end, because I was like, yes, Mal, you actually do something. No, he does many things throughout the series, but I was like, yes, he's actually really important. And I like the Darkling. I too would probably follow him. So I liked how that progressed throughout the 3 books. I liked how the story went on. I liked that there was like different climaxes and different anti-climaxes and different cliffhangers and different things, and I liked how it's told from different points of view and different perspectives throughout all the books, not just these 3. I haven't read anything outside of those, the 3 and the 2 duologies. I have the 9th House on my Kindle Unlimited, and it has been on my Kindle Unlimited for about 2-3 years. And I have read a snippet when the teaser came out for the Darkling's origin, and I can't remember what it's called, but I did read that. And I was like, I want it now, and she hadn't released it yet, and I was like, I need it now. So I very much like this author. I need to read the rest of the stuff that's in the series. I keep saying I will, and then I have over 1,000 books on my Kindle, and I have just bought like a whole charity shop's worth of books both times I've been back in England. Like, when? Who knows? We try. But yeah, I really enjoyed these books. If you have not read them, please read them, because they are really good. Will I ever watch the Netflix adaptation? Well, it's not happening. Like, they're not finishing it, are they? They're not doing the Six of Crows stuff now, are they? Or are they? I feel like I saw that they weren't going to continue with it. Like, they did Shadow and Bone, and they kind of did all the series, because I remember my dad reading these as well, because he wanted to watch the Shadow and Bone on Netflix, and I was like, well, I've got the books upstairs if you want to read it first. Or did he not read it? I can't remember. Anyway, 100% recommend these. If I read the series, if I watch the Netflix series, I might let you know. If I ever get around to reading the other parts of the Grisha Verse, I will let you know. It may be a while. We've got a lot of series to catch up on. I was like sorting out all my videos, because by this time there's been a lot of uploads, but at this point I've uploaded like 2 videos. I've uploaded my intro and Nabi's intro, and I'm like, oh, people are watching, and then I'm like, oh, I have so many books to read. Like, I've done so many starting books of a series, like Sword of the Seven Sins, and The Blood Alchemist, and the Scarlet Alchemist, and what else? The Before the Coffee Gets Cold. Snowblind. I'm trying to think. Many basically. So I have many sequels to catch up on, and I just keep adding more books. You know, why not? So yeah, that was a bit of a tangent, sorry, but yeah, if you have not read, read. If you have read, tell me what you thought. Tell me who's your favourite character. I enjoyed pretty much all of it, so I really liked it, and I would have, if I was a Grisha, I want to be a summoner. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I want to be. And I loved how it carried on. Like, you read these, and then I read these 3, then I read King of Scars and Rule of Wolves. So I liked how those kind of carried on, and then I liked how you kind of introduced to Kaz and the gang in those books, and so then I read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. So I thought I had a nice kind of layout. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed reading it, and let me know what you thought of reading them and what you think of the other books, if you've read the other books, and tell me about it, and recommend me more books like this. You know what, I may have 1,000,000 books to read, but 1,000,001 does not make much difference. So there you go. And yes, I definitely judged this book by its cover when I first got it, because I was like, oh, it's white, it's boring, but then it has it's purple. So I judged the book by the cover. I judged the book, not the person. There you go. Tangent. Anyway, this was short. Never. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know what your books you recommend. Let me know what you thought of the Shadow and Bone trilogy and the duologies, and every extra bit that comes across, because I want to know your opinions. I want to know what you're reading. I want to know what you recommend. I'll talk to you soon. Enjoy reading.